substitute motion first.
We're gonna discuss them.
Yeah, yes, sir. Go ahead and discuss. I'm sorry.
All right.
Both of them.
Any way you go, it's a pay us later. I don't know how much money is in those bonds. Is it $2.3 million in those bonds that we'd save this year?
Would be 1.5 each year for 2 years. I think it's $3,500,000.
We could do that. We could accept the original motion and still do that and be in the same place. So I'm advocating the original motion, and I don't have a bit of problem with meeting that obligation and replenishing the general fund by getting the money out of the refinancing of bonds. But that's something that we don't know whether we'll actually get done at this point.
Which thing?
I don't know. Do you know for sure that we can refinance those bonds and save that amount of money?
Yes, sir.
Where do we get that information from?
That information is requested from Davenport and Company and from my legal counsel, based on one of the members of the Board of Supervisors asking me to look that up, which I did.
Well, in that case, we should do that regardless of how this budget comes out. Shouldn't we?
Well, it's the same as, just like you said, it's pay me now, pay me later. What happens is you will, some point in time, both of these amounts will have to be paid by somebody.
So the difference between the two motions is 0 real estate tax increase or 3-cent tax increase.
Right.
And it's not 3%, has been mentioned several times, or 6%, it's 3 cents.
3 cents. And with the 3 cent proposal, it makes up part of the difference of not having come up with $2 million. You come up with $1.5 million in savings of reissuance of bonds, and the tax increase pays the difference. Taking $2 million out of your general fund, if I may, Mr. Chairman, to explain some of the issues, taking $2 million out of the general fund is going to lower that from right at $17 million down to $15 million, and you got a $200 million budget. There's no question that's going to affect bond rating, which may even affect us trying to change this rating if we do both. And it also has been recommended by both our financial advisors, our legal counsel for bonds, and from our auditors, that this county needs to maintain at least a 10% balance to continue to operate. One of the problems I run into as basically the accountant for going through your processes is that we've gone down to as far as 5% and almost ran out of money because we upfront so much during the year trying to get a $200 million budget through that the Board of Supervisors only finances the control of about $11 million of that. We're looking for money from somebody else all the time. So out of $200 million, I got to somewhere monitor $40 to $50 million constantly being turned over. And I don't have that much in the general fund. It's really easy when you're talking about payrolls that run, like $6 to $8 million a month. And we spend $400,000 a week. It disappears very quickly. I'm concerned about it because I'm the one that's going to end up having to answer the questions and stop the treasurer running out of money when we rerun that fund down. And just like we just finished, we just talked about a $467,000 unknown cost that we had to add in, which has happened so far 3 years in a row, coming out of that balance of general fund.
1 year was 700 and some thousand.